Long Nguyen is a Vietnamese black belt karate and kickboxing master. But these days, his potentially lethal hands are applied to the art of healing some of Australia's best athletes. Rebecca Joyce undertakes a workout with a difference.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Joyce. Welcome to the Powerade workout, where I meet the man they say has the best hands in rugby league. Long Nguyen, or Longie as he's known, is a karate kickboxing master. At the age of 11, he was the youngest ever South Vietnamese to win a martial arts black belt. Today, these potentially deadly hands are applied to the healing arts Longie learnt from the Vietnamese masters in his home village. From a war-torn Vietnam, Longie's path has taken him through the refugee camps of Thailand to the Sydney Football Stadium for the 1996 Rugby League Grand Final. His skill has become an essential part in the lives of many of Australia's best athletes. Terry, how long has Longie been treating you?
Oh, for about 3 years now, and I've had a couple of bad injuries, and without the guy I'd be lost.
And what's he treating at the moment?
At the moment I've had a separation of the AC joint, which it's about a grade 4, so it's pretty bad, and it requires surgery. And but since I've met Longie and he's worked and done all his acupressure and all his ancient medicines on my shoulder, it's been unbelievable, and I haven't had to have an operation. What he does is just, I can't, honest to God, I mean, you know, he's just a freak. He's a freak.
The freak has become Terry's secret weapon. Longie understands the horrendous stresses placed on the body by Aussie Judo, as he describes rugby league, and can prepare the players to survive the toughest tackles.
I think the most damage you see on a football field or done by a footballer is actually not in the tackle, but when he actually is landing on the ground, because, you know, you've got, like, say, 100, 110 kilos, you know, in the air, just, you know, pole vaulting straight into the ground.
Usually his stress is about only here.
When you started?
Yeah, when I started. So if someone land on him right now, I can crack it flexor very easy and give him bone injury. So after a while, 3 month treatment, Terry.
Oh, yeah. This stretch here.
Yeah, and then he said, oh, flex it all the way. See? So it's a perfect flex.
It's a very dangerous exercise, this one, very dangerous stretch. And I mean, you know, if you don't do it properly, you know, you can really get yourself into some trouble. So, you know, it's advised for the people out, you know, whoever's listening out there, and is that do not try to do it at home. And if you're going to do it with someone who is a professional and is, you know, licensed to do it.
These stretches may look like something out of a torture chamber, but Longie's actually combining traditional healing methods of Qi Kung, acupressure, moxa and shiatsu. Whatever it is, it works for Terry.
Yeah. My hip flexors. Once he actually finishes, and I get up and I have a little, you know, wiggle around, and then I feel pretty good.
Now it's my turn. I've had a hard week training, and this is just what the doctor ordered. How have you found my body so far?
You got a 99% perfect body.
99%.
Very good chi level.
What's that mean?
This means your body's circulation of energy is really good. What I'm doing now is try to unblock each other chi line here. Don't try that home. Breathe in.
That crack isn't actually the bone, it's the tendon.
A wrong movement, you can break someone back and paralyze them. So this is long-term training of Qi Kung.
So this is another one not to try at home?
You're right.
You obviously have to be very physically fit to do this.
You have to keep very fit, and very important is mentally, very important.
How often do you train?
Just like you, twice a day, in the morning and afternoon.
For Longie, the connection between martial arts and healing is very clear. To learn how to break, you also have to know how to fix. His skill in both is unsurpassed.
Look at this.
Well, hi, I'm here with two of the Hollywood's greatest stars, and of course, the great Longie. How are you?
There he is. The man, the myth, the legend.
Keanu, straight to you with the question. I mean, why did they call the movie The Mattress?
The mattress. I don't know why they called it that.
Where did you learn the fight? Like, through all these people Keanu have mentioned? Where did you learn the fight like that?
We trained like every day, 9 to 5, and just for months, you know, learned all the different moves, and Longie helped me a lot in keeping my body open, and because I was very, you know, would get really sore, and one of the main fundamental parts of doing Kung Fu is having flexibility and being open, having your body be able, you know, to have it open, be able to kick your leg up and all of that stuff, and he was on the set many days relieving me when I was, you know, Longie.
Well, that's what I'm a bit disappointed about. I mean, like, what, 8 months ago they made you hear of the mirror. I'm out there playing football each week, getting bashed up. All of a sudden, no Longie, phone call, no Longie, too busy. And I've got to say, I mean, I'm thinking like, Kerry, Keanu, what's going on here? Longie? Okay, exactly. And then all of a sudden, I mean, I go watch the movie last night. I see all the action in it, unbelievable, and I can see why you needed him.
Yeah,
we did. Gosh. He saved me.
Oh, and I think one time, when I was during State of Origin, I actually came in with a fellow player, and I seen you, you know, and you've just had a treatment, and you were so tired. I mean, and like I said, since seeing the movie, I can see why. The workouts would have been unbelievable. Now over to you, the master, Longie. Like during the film, they both got very tense. What kind of muscular exercises and things did you help them to relax them during the movie?
As you see, Keanu Reeves, you know, in the movie last night we watched, you know, fall, running, impact, kicking, carrying, flying. Just like some of your injury, Terry. You know, but the thing is, try to get recuperating next day for the movie. It's a hard part of it. Keanu do the sweep, carrying, or do the stretching and all that. So it's just very intense. You know. That's
what I was going to say to you, Keanu. How important in carrying was Longie for the movie?
Oh my God, it was just.
It was when I met Longie, because I met him through Hugo, and everyone was afraid for me to go. They said I would be in too much pain because I'm kind of, you know, ow. And I remember my training really changing after I met Longie. He first of all told me to not drink anything alcoholic.
She did it too.
And I did it. And,
yes.
And he just, you know, when you're that vulnerable and you're on a table and you've chosen to put your trust into somebody and they're working on your body,
yes,
and you believe that they're going to help you and they are helping you, it's magic. I remember just getting off the table and feeling like I could do the action in the movie, where I was feeling a little bit less confident before I walked in the room. And after talking with him, and he was so supportive, and he cared about my body, and he was really so present for me. I remember leaving, and I have it in my journal. I journaled that it was really a moment where it shifted for me, and I had more confidence. So it helped me not only physically, but emotionally and mentally as well. Yeah,
I mean, I agree. I mean, what you said exactly true. I mean, that's what I get that same feeling, you know, because he's in there and he's working on you, and you think, well, coming to a State of Origin game, you know, you're going to be bashed up, but you want to be going out there saying, well, I'm ready to be bashed up. You know, and obviously with the films, you say, well, I know this is going to be tough, and, you know, we've got a couple of brick walls, and they look pretty high, but hang on a minute, I'm ready to jump them, let's go. And I just want to say thank you very much for the interview, and it's a pleasure. And thank you, Long Master.